Hey guys, it's your boy Comp here in the editing bay. Now, I wanted to let you guys know real quick that when I was recording this originally, I wanted to record it as one big episode. However, I ended up recording a bit too much, and there is too much footage to put into one episode, so I decided to break it up into two separate parts. Now, I'm not sure how well this first part is going to perform, but call it 20 likes on this video, and I'll post the second half of this first episode. Cool? Cool. Hello world, it is your boy Complicator back with another video where today we're going to be taking a look at the MineColonies mod. Now, for those of you who don't know what the MineColonies mod is, it essentially lets you spawn in some NPCs who act as essentially villagers. They get their own jobs and they build and operate an increasingly growing village that then becomes a town or a city, or as you might want to call it, a colony. Now, as you can see, I'm in the air. This is not a survival let's play. This is a creative showcase. I, in fact, decided to have a gender reveal party in this taiga so that I could get a nice, flat space to show you guys what the MineColonies mod is truly capable of. To begin with, you're going to want to start by getting one of these two items, a supply ship or a supply camp. Now, they do the same thing, it's just that one's a ship and one's a camp. So let me show you how it is. We seem to have a little bit of room regarding water over here, but I don't want to really do that because there's not much of it. Instead, I'm going to go, let's say we'll go over here. Let's go somewhere out of the way, and there we go. Let's start off by putting the supply camp down. Now I'm going to place it down here, and you're going to see that we get this template that we can move around, we can rotate, we can do whatever we want with it, except for put it on a not flat piece of terrain and make sure that there are solid blocks all over. Now we have this style, Asian Acacia Supply Camp, but we can change it to Asian Supply Camp, which looks kind of like this. It's pretty cool. I think I like that. Then we can do Birch, Bumblebee Hole, which is odd, Caledonia Supply Camp. Then there's another one, which is Caledonia Supply Camp, but bigger. And look at it, it's enormous. Then we got ourselves a Dark Oak Supply Camp, which I think looks pretty cool. Then the Fortress, which is, yeah, the Fortress looks kind of medieval English. Then we got ourselves a Frontier Supply Camp. Now, each of these styles, by the way, corresponds to a style of building which you can tell the NPCs in the MineColonies mod to do. So, for example, if there's an Incan Supply Camp, you can have NPCs build an Incan colony. If there's jungle ground, then you can tell them to build a jungle style. Now, there are actually two different jungle styles here, which are pretty cool. Then, is there a third one? No, yes, there is. There's a jungle town hall, but I think there's just one jungle style. And then we go back to medieval birch. Now we're in the medieval series, which I think is the most classic when you think of NPCs in Minecraft building something. But the one that, yeah. Okay, we go all the way to sandstone, space wars, stone. I don't get stone. And then true dwarven, and are we about to cycle back? Warped. And wooden. There we go, okay. Now we've circled all the way back. The one that I want to showcase, though, is the Nordic Supply Camp, because I think that this style looks really, really cool from what I've seen. And I haven't seen so much, but from what I have seen, it's pretty cool. So we're going to place this down. Hey, look at that. It does break the grass. Very cool. Now, the reason why you have to have a supply camp or a supply ship is because in either of these things, in either of these bases, camps, ships, whatever, there is, if we look around, two important items, a town hall and a build tool, and that's basically all we need this for. Also, actually, let me go back because I didn't talk about these racks enough. This is a MineColonies custom block, and it acts kind of like a chest, and you'll find in these racks you can find a whole bunch of different stuff in the supply camp. So in this case, there's wooden tools and coal, and in this there is food and plenty of it. Now let me test something because I think, yes, racks stack. you can have a double rack that acts kind of like a double chest. I thought that was a pretty cool touch. Now that we have the town hall block, we need to decide where to put it, because where we put it will determine where the town hall building itself will be. I think that because in a lot of traditional villages, the town hall is elevated because it's more important, I'll put it on this hill right here. Now again, it has to be a perfectly flat piece of land to actually build the town hall on. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this little bit up here. Cool. I'm very much convinced that this is not enough room, but I think we'll make do. So let's put it down and scroll through the styles. Oh yeah. They don't want you to place the blocks down themselves. They want you to use the build tool. Now the build tool will by default show you the supply camps at first. You can go to supply ships. Also, this is what a supply ship looks like. It has the same purpose, it's just on water. You can also have walls, a whole bunch of different styles. But I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the town hall option. You can see the town hall is quite a chunky boy. And it's quite a chunky boy, despite being tiny, because, well, I think we can get into that later. But for now, I want to pick the Nordic style. There we go. Now, it's going to look like this. It's not very impressive, but it will be impressive very soon. Let's plop it down, and we'll push it back. Actually, you know what? Let me come back when I have a good idea of where I'm putting this thing. Okay, I think this is a good place to put the town hall, especially if we fill in that area over there. So we're going to right-click with the build tool again and click check. And now Completator has made the advancement, start your colony. Now let's look at the town hall, and it says no nearby colony found. You don't currently own a colony. You can create a new one here, so I'll create a new one. Word is out, and now NPCs will start to come to you looking for employment. I am going to close up this hole right here so that NPCs don't fall in, and I'll be right back. And look at that, never mind, I didn't even have the time, because the first settler has arrived at my colony, and that means that we're going to start getting some NPCs. Now, we're going to get a relatively small number. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but a certain small number will arrive before you create the builder's hut. However, in order to grow your village into a full-on mine colony, roll credits, you have to have a builder's hut so that then you can create all the other buildings. Very good. We now have the ravine covered up, and we have 2 NPCs in our village so far. Okay, the ravine has been filled in, and now we need to create a builder's hut. And by create a builder's hut, I don't mean we have to build a structure. I mean we have to make a block called the builder's hut. And that is created using the recipe put on screen right now. Except I am not subject to your material constraints, so I will put the builder's hut right over here. Why not? Oh, actually, never mind, because we have to use the build tool to put down the builder's hut. Aha. I think this is as good a place as any to put down the builder's hut, so let's do that. Now we have great job on the placement of the builder's hut. However, that's not enough. You need to access it and click the build building button. But we're not done yet, because with this builder's hut, we actually have to go into build options, and here you can see a list of materials and their quantities that you have to give to the builder NPC so that that builder can then make the builder's hut. I'm just going to write those down real quick. It's also worth mentioning here, by the way, that you have to make tools for them. I think that at the beginning they can only take wooden tools, but as the builder becomes more experienced, then maybe you can start giving them higher level tools. I don't know. I'm going to learn with you, but I'll be right back with the materials. Hello, I'm back, and I decided that I'm going to put the builder's hut over here instead because it's closer to the center of where everything's going to be, and that means that the builder has less time required to go from here to there to back and forth and back and forth. So let's go into the builder's hut and confirm that this is where we want it to be. Let's go to build options and build building. So I have now made the advancement. The builder begins. That means that now this village over here, Riley Y. Thorpe, is going to come over here and start building. And that means that we need to put in all of our items into this inventory. Let's just put them all in, and she'll start automatically taking the items out and building. Now, normally if there's stuff in the way, like blocks or trees or something, you'd need to give her wooden tools to chop it all down, but in this case she doesn't need them because I already made a flatland. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now and go into time-lapse mode. See you guys on the other side. Aha, and now we see the first problem here, which is that NPCs have a lot of issues. Let's go in and see what her issue is. Yep, you need a shovel still. Great. Okay, I'm gonna give her a shovel, and then I will get right back into time-lapse mode. What on earth is that? Aha! Problem! What is your problem? Is it shovels? Do you need more shovels? Yeah, you need another shovel. Oh, look at this. She's still putting down torches. Jesus. How long does it take you to put down 34 torches? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Builder's Hut Level 1 Nordic style has been finished. You know, I think that this mod does a very good job of guiding me where I should go, because next up, it says that I should focus on resource production because, well, I don't think that the typical person wants to be going ahead and mining and giving all the resources to these villagers to build other buildings. So let's get a forester, a miner, and a tavern. Now how the hell are we gonna do that? Okay, so I did some research and it turns out that like the Builder's Hut, every other building in the MineColonies Modpack requires you to make a block like the Builder's Hut block. And the crafting recipe for the next building that I'm gonna make, aka the mine, is going to be up on the screen right now. Cool. Now, as you can see, all of these recipes require you to put your build tool in the crafting table, but you don't lose it. In fact, you get it back once you're done crafting. Anyway, I think we're going to put the mine... Where should we put the mine? I think we should put it maybe somewhere around here so it's next to the mountain, and that's all very scenic and stuff. Cool? Cool. Now that we have the mine in our inventory, the build tool will allow us to... The build tool will allow us to select the option. Actually, I think it will automatically select the option for you. But here is the Nordic option here. Let's put it down. I think... Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was bigger because I was confusing the border. I think we should put it here. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. Let's check yes. Cool. Now, before the builder comes in and does all her stuff, I'm actually just gonna flatten this terrain some because, as you guys could see, it takes these NPCs a very long time to dig. And it takes them a very long time to dig and build. So I think we should just make life a little bit easier for them and as such a little bit faster for us. I'll be right back when this is moderately terraformed. Okie dokie, this area is now almost perfectly terraformed. I don't think the NPC is going to have to do any more digging or mining than is absolutely necessary. So let's go into this mine block and see how many blocks and what types of blocks we need. Okay, cool. This one actually uses oak, which is different, and I like that. I like that variety. I'm going to be back once I have all those materials in my inventory. And there you go. As you can see, all of the required items are there inside of the mine block. So let's go ahead and... build options, build building. I'm starting to get the sneaking suspicion that this is the front of the Builder's Hut. However, I choose to reject that notion because this opening here and this side here just looks cooler. You can't deny that that part looks cooler. Okay, Riley is on her way to the build site, which means that once this is done, we can get another one of these NPCs to be useful over here as a miner. Then we can get on to farmer, and I think logger and tavern. I'm pretty sure that taverns are where a lot of these guys sleep. But that's a matter for another time, because right now we have some building to watch. There we go. We now have a mine. Awesome. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of part 1 of episode 1 of the MineColonies Showcase. Remember, 20 likes and I put the next one out. Not sure how well this is going to do. This has been an experiment, okay? Bear with me. Cool? Love you guys. See you in the next one. Take care.